Hi, everybody. Hey, thanks for joining me today. So I wanted to do something a little bit different this time with this video. You know how everybody always shows videos during the day of their farm or their homestead, how pretty and how cool everything looks. But I wanted to do something a little different. We're going to try and pull back the curtain on the nighttime rhythms of the farm, revealing the unseen world after the sunset. Hi, oh my goodness, what are you doing? When livestock settles into their nightly routine, we'll explore some of the challenges and quiet beauty of managing a homestead or farm under the stars, showcasing what happens when the sun goes down. Observing farm animals under the cloak of night reveals their hidden behaviors and routines, from the quiet foraging of a goat to the subtle pecking order shifts in the chicken coop. I'm going to try and capture these unseen moments, showcasing their nocturnal world with infrared trail cameras stationed around the farm, giving us a unique insight into their true lives. But first, do me a big favor. If you find my videos fun or interesting, give me a like or a subscribe if you think I deserve it. So the other day we moved our trailer a little bit and we've got a few chickens that are a little confused about where home is. So we're out here kind of at dusk and we're going to gather up some chickens and take them back where they belong, back home. They make a lot of noise, but they're fine. So this is one of those specific chores that only happen at dusk to ensure the farm is secure for the night. Okay, since that's done now, why don't you join me over the course of several nights? We're going to venture into the shadows and check out the secrets of the night shift. So the first thing I wanted to point out was our small coop of lavender Orpingtons. This is just after sunset, and apparently it's time for cleaning and preening. I find it interesting that the big rooster is still jumping down and jumping back up to the roosting bar. Maybe he's checking the surroundings for security. He's also going back and forth on the roosting bar, visiting all of his ladies. Once he settles down, notice how the hens jockey for the most prestigious position next to him. On a different evening, I caught this one clip at 1 o'clock a.m. Something had obviously disturbed that big rooster. I don't know what it was because I only had that one clip, but he was pretty upset about it. The following morning, one of the hens found the trail camera, and boy, was she really curious about it. Now, this is our Rhode Island Red's pen, and you can see the evening routine is a flurry of activity, which includes preening and jostling for the preferred spots on the roosting bar. This activity reflects their instinctual need for security in high up sleeping spots. Some of the hens are confident, and you can tell which ones are the dominant hens. They establish their position on the roost first. Generally, chickens need about 12 inches of space on the perch, and these Rhode Island Reds are fairly cold hardy. But this evening was a little chilly, so they cuddled together for warmth. Once the flock has settled down to sleep, their feet are locked onto the bars thanks to a specialized tendon in their feet that keeps them in place. Next, we're checking out the cows. And I find it funny, they're nicknamed pasture puppies because she was so curious about what I was doing walking through her field. And then, when I was gone, she was extremely curious about that thing that I left hanging on the fence post. Boop, what's that? Even the second cow wanted to know what that thing was stuck to the fence. Maybe it was a treat left by the human. But it doesn't taste like anything. Oh well, maybe next time. The following day, she was still interested in that thing hanging on the fence. I see you. Give me my treats. From this vantage point, I was able to capture the cows grazing a few times in the evening. They say that cows can't see infrared light, but every time the camera turned on, the cows turned their head like they can sense it. Maybe it's the mechanical infrared filter that moves into place when switching from day mode to night mode. And that movement might produce barely an audible click to us, but cows have excellent sensitive hearing They'll turn their heads to pinpoint the source of this new unusual noise. I thought it was interesting to catch this behavioral reaction to a very faint sound or minute mechanical change, rather than the cow detecting the invisible infrared light itself. So I moved the camera to a different part of the pasture, and of course, they found it again and had to investigate this new thing in their zone again. I see you again. That was kind of creepy. Or was that just me? So I know there's not a lot of nighttime shots of the cows in this video, but remember, cows lie down and rest throughout the night. During this time, they're often asleep or chewing their cud quietly, making them less active and less interesting to film compared to when they're grazing or running around during the day. Boop. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. I was able to capture a few funny things though. This cow had an itchy face apparently. Oh, love the ground. It feels so good. And again, on a different night, I don't know, maybe she's trying that new cow yoga? Is that downward dog? No, downward cow. And of course, no video would be complete without the lovey face. I love you. No, I love you. That's so adorable, it makes you want to hit the like button, doesn't it? Then we have the goats. I never realized that goats were so active at night, but goats roaming at night is common. Their behavior is driven by their curiosity, intelligence, and they like to be twilight foragers. While often thought of as only being active during the day, goats frequently use the cooler, quieter nighttime hours for eating and exploring their surroundings. Remember, goats are browsers and not grazers, so they're constantly searching for the best leaves and weeds, and they'll even try to taste the buildings. It's very common for goats to continue this search into the night. Meanwhile, they use their curiosity to test the fences and explore their environment. If a gap exists, a curious goat will find it, regardless of the time of day. Also, goats have horizontal rectangular pupils that allow for exceptional night vision, making them well equipped to navigate around in the dark. And here we have our large chicken trailer, where we have about 150 chickens that free roam during the day, but go home to this trailer in the evening. In the secret language of the coop, the dominant hens will usually take the highest and most secure spots. This behavior is driven by natural instinct and allows for top-ranking birds to occupy safer, elevated spots, while lower-ranking birds fill in the remaining, more vulnerable areas. We've all heard of the pecking order. Well, this is developed through their interactions, such as flapping wing displays, squawking at each other, and sometimes pecking. The flock structure dictates the higher-ranking birds have priority access to resources, including the best roosting spots. Higher perches are safer, making dominant birds less accessible to ground-based predators. Of course, that's not really a concern here because the coop has automatic doors that close at night, but they don't know that. Notice how the chickens are cleaning themselves almost all night long. This is normal, healthy behavior known as preening, where they use their beaks to distribute oil from a gland to keep their feathers waterproof and insulated. This is also a comfort behavior that helps them to relax in the evening and settle down. Just remember, whatever you do, don't let them get wet, and especially don't feed them after midnight. Let me know if you get that joke in the comments. So you can see that the chickens move around a lot throughout the night. There are a couple of reasons for this behavior. One, they might just be stretching their necks, wings, or legs at night as a part of the normal sleeping behavior just to get comfortable. They may also flap their wings to shake off the dust from the day. Second, birds on the edge of the roost often keep one eye open and sleep with half their brain awake to watch for predators. Sometimes they'll rotate 180 degrees during the night to switch sides. Despite all this moving around, studies have shown that chickens will still get 8 hours of sleep between dusk and dawn. And now, as the sun is starting to come up, the chickens are rested and ready for the next day. See the flurry of activity as they get going, and the doors are about to open on the coop. You think you know your property, but everything changes when the sun goes down. A secret world awakens that most farmers never witness, like the predators that are always looking for an easy meal. I caught this coyote making off with a chicken that didn't go home one evening. Managing a homestead under the stars comes with a unique set of challenges that most farmers never talk about. The farm completely transforms to a different world with a hidden symphony of nocturnal life. Like this bobcat that stealthily prowls through the field, its keen senses attuned to detect any movement of a possible meal. On another occasion, I had the luck of capturing a fox on camera. The night is alive with whispers and rustles, a hidden world waiting to be discovered. Thankfully, it's not all bad news, though. We frequently have friendly deer that come visit the property. Their gentle presence adds a touch of graceful serenity to our surroundings. Finally, I have to include our newest member of the farm. While she may not be very active at night, I still wanted to highlight some of her amusing antics. Like all babies, her curiosity about the world around her is remarkable, filled with bursts of energy and serene moments of calm. Calves are naturally curious, frequently investigating their surroundings. Their quiet moments often involve observing the world with wide eyes, just taking it all in. And when they have enough space, calves show immense energy by running, jumping, and sometimes have clumsy movements. She's just so cute, it's ridiculous, isn't it? As the sun rises to greet a new day and the farm awakens, dawn begins to feed the calf, embodying the spirit of nurturing and new beginnings. And while we watch the sunrise behind me, I wanted to thank you for joining me on that journey through the night. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. And of course, wanted to remind everybody to keep being awesome, spread some kindness, and know that you are valued. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.